We'll give that a second to focus there. Alright, good morning. Alright, I know it's just a little dark in here, but it's fine. It's going to be okay. So, I suppose I should let you know about a little something else. By now, you should know how the book promotion works. Link is in the description below. Check that out. Of course, you also know how I run private readings if you want one. If not, check out some past videos. I pretty much talk about it there. And finally, Tribe of the Greyhorn Pagans has asked me. They've basically put a spotlight on me because I'm a member, and this was something that we decided to do to kind of give members some recognition, to give them the floor and let them present something that they're passionate about. They've selected me to talk about the tarot and divination that I do here at this coffee table pretty much almost every day. And the first two of those videos, the one for Tuesday and the one for Monday, are already up. They're on the Tribe of the Greyhorn Pagans Odyssey page. I will be linking that in the description down below, and you can go check that out. The first video is about like maybe 30 minutes. The second one is almost an hour because there was a lot to go into with that. First video was just me introducing it, you know, how do you get into it, what are some things to look for, and the second one was how to connect with your deck, how to find that deck that's right for you, or those decks that are right for you. So, I hope that you go and check that out. Show that channel a little love there. And then I'm just going to kind of break right down into this little reading, and we're going to get it out of the way. Also, still working on Greyhorn the RPG. It will be a tabletop RPG. It will not be a video game. I do not code or anything like that, so that is largely out of the question. However, I can write. I have a pretty good basic command of the English language, so I'm writing a tabletop role-playing game set in sort of mythical analogs for Europe and Northern Europe. And the best part about it is the rule system is fairly universal, so you can take the rule system and apply it to your own culture, and thus we make it inclusive without pandering. That was my hope, and it's also to give you an incentive to maybe make researching the folklore of your ancestors and your lineage fun, because we should all have fun. I think so. We should stop letting the woke scolds cheat us out of our fun. My opinion. Also, one other thing, I will be leaving Discord. I really haven't talked about Discord much, and there's a reason I haven't talked about Discord much. It's because I really never wanted it. But now that Discord is going to monitor, they want little flocks of flunkies to monitor your behavior off-platform and report it to them so that then they can punish you for it. Well, Discord, I really only have one thing to say to you, and it's as follows, and you can quote me on this. I am on Gilded. You can look up the name Raven Wolfgar, just all one word or two, and you will find me. You can add me. We will talk. I don't know if I'm going to set up a server on there yet. I have a lot going on without having to have another server to monitor. Anyway, starting with you, the 9 worlds. Here we go again. So, your actions are going to have long-reaching consequences, whether for good or ill. It doesn't matter. The fate of one will decide the fate of the many. So, be especially careful today. Be a little more careful than usual. And it seems hell has come into play. Hell has entered the chat. Sorry about the throat clearing, folks. My sinuses are still acting up. And I don't think, yeah, it's just kind of how it is at the beginning of the morning here. Alright, so let's find her. There we go. We don't really see hell pop up that much. But here's the thing. The key thing to remember, just keep moving through the difficult circumstances. Don't get stuck. Okay, if you start feeling like you're getting stuck, you might want to ask for some help. And you may need to rest at the end of a long project or a difficult time. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with taking a little bit of a breather. We all need it. But here's the thing about hell. Hell is a goddess of death. She rules over the realm by the same name, and is described as a place of rest. So take a rest at some point today. And just remember, things are not always as they seem. So we could see some blessings in disguise today. And I really, really want you to focus today. I want you to focus. Just what these cards are advising so far. Focus. Keep yourself together. Get yourself together and keep yourself together, because you're going to need it. Now let's go with the runes. We have Hagalars. We have Ivaz, and we have Uruz. So today, starting with this, we're gonna see some disruption today. We're gonna face some serious difficulty. Now the question is, how do you face it? For most of us, we can, I could say this, a car accident or a breakdown, for example. Flat tires. These are unforeseen disruptions in your day. Thankfully, my job is only maybe a couple blocks from here, so I don't really have that problem. I mean, you know, hey, if this tire's flat, that's good. That means I can still walk. And you also may be receiving warnings today. So look for warning signs. Look for those things that are coming up that are particularly difficult, you know, detour ahead, that kind of thing. You may need to do something different. You may need to switch things up. Be a little more adaptable today. Let an old habit die. Okay? And this, leading right here into Iwaz, this one, representative of the yew tree, is flexible. And so, be ready to transition from one thing into another, and from this into that, so on and so forth throughout your day-to-day. You're going to need it for your growth. Your growth is never going to be something that comes easy. Today is probably not going to be a very easy day. It's going to be a very challenging day. But this is where you also achieve. This can also symbolize achievement, enlightenment, purpose. Find your purpose, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing in life is ever going to work if you don't have purpose. And then, Uruz, strength, courage, and freedom, of course. Let's talk about freedom for just a second before I wrap this thing up. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you deprive someone of their freedom, whenever you seek to deprive someone of their inalienable rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, property, wouldn't fault you for saying both. You're going to put yourself in danger of your own going away. Now, you may think you don't have a problem with that, but let me give you an example here. Let's take a book that nobody really cares to really delve into, right? Let's say that Book A. Book A is probably one of the most offensive things you will ever read. Everything in it is detestable, it is deplorable, there is no redeeming value or quality to it. And so you wish to have this book banned, or burned, or both. That way, no one can ever know what was in that book. Okay? Let's say you get a majority of people to agree with you. Let's say you're dismissive of anyone who has a criticism against the banning or burning of this book, and they have reasonable justification for not wanting to ban or burn this book. But they lose out because you know so much better. Well, one day, a book that you love is deemed to have no redeeming value. It is offensive, you see, because now we're in the current year, and that old book that you read, well, it's full of archaic ideas, and etc., etc. Choose your cliche, your delusion, whatever. But you know that book, and you know the lies that are being told about your book, and no matter what you do to defend that book, it's still on the chopping block. You may not care about Book A that was so offensive and so deplorable and had no redeeming values or qualities, but you cared about Book B, which is your book, which has enriched your life, which has put you at peace with things, which has given you so many valuable lessons. It won't matter. Because that book will be banned, it will be burned, and you will be without it. Your copy will be confiscated. Taken from you without cause, without due process, without compensation, without any of it. Unceremoniously. I want you to think about that. Because right now, when there are those few voices that are saying, wait a minute, hold on, whoa, slow down. We need to talk about this. You need to look at who you're siding with. And you need to understand and consider for just a moment that you may be on the wrong side of this argument. Even if your conclusion is the same afterwards, you still need to hear that person out. Right now, I can tell you this. I just picked up a couple more Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition things off Drive-Thru RPG. And at the end of all of them, there is this big disclaimer, this big dramatic disclaimer from Wizards of the Coast that says that people may see this, that, and the third in these games. And, oh, that's not what we stand for today. We strive for this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And personally, I'm looking at the book or the module that I'm purchasing, and I'm going, you know what, Wizards, fuck off. Because let me be quick to remind you, Wizards of the Coast tried to bury lot of what they're selling right now in favor of the new D&D that many older players had a problem with. When faced with players who came up with their own versions of the old school rules, they tried to take them to court. They tried to shut it down. They tried to get that thing banned, taken off the market, and I don't know whether it was a judge or a jury, but whoever it was had some sense, and they said, no. This stays. If you want to draw attention away from this, then offer the old stuff. You can sell the older material. But if I take this away, I'm taking yours away too. Naturally, Wizards of the Coast 8 Corporation decided, I guess we'll just take the money. And they began selling, they opened the market and they're selling the older stuff again. I really want you to remember, these two cards are inextricably linked. They're linked with these. It is a full circle here. The death of one thing is only the beginning. Is the beginning of something you will create. But you have to be ready to take on everything that comes your way. It's not going to be easy. You will have to remain flexible, and you will have to remain strong, because if not, all truly is lost. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this resonated with you. I really do. These rune readings have been getting seriously intense lately. Not gonna lie. Be sure to check out the Tribes series, because there will be more of us, presenting things in the near future. As always, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. And as always, shine on.